Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
There we go. Okay, well, just listening to what everybody's been going through here, I can let you know that it's the same for just about everyone who has come in. There's a lot of questions, a lot of confusion, and a lot of things to learn. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what we've been doing in Parry Sound and to bring in people. Do you want to translate?
Yeah. Мария рассказывает, что все, которые приезжают, у них тоже такие чувства, что они запутаны, они не знают, куда идти. И Мария хочет рассказать, что они делают специфически в городке Parry Sound по этому поводу. Go ahead.
Okay, so what we found is that people who are willing to, Parry Sound is a small town. It's only 7,000 people. It's almost a retirement area. So we have a shortage of young people, a shortage of people who can do various jobs like construction, housekeeping, hospitality, healthcare. People move to Parry Sound and they retire here. So there's a big opportunity for people who can work.
Parry Sound маленький городок, там 7 тысяч людей. К сожалению, там мало юных людей, так они ищут людей, которые работают на стройке, в медицине или в отелях и помогать людям. Многие люди приезжают туда на пенсию, из-за этого нет очень много молодых людей.
Parry Sound is about 2 hours north of Toronto and another 2 hours south of Sudbury and North Bay. So we're kind of in the middle. We are very much a rural northern community. And we're very, very excited because we believe that we were not included in the RNIP pilot program for immigration, but we believe that North Bay is now going to bring us in with them for the next program, the RCIP, for rural immigration. So it's really, really exciting for us because, and other people have mentioned it. I don't need to go through it again. I'm not a consultant or anything. I can just tell you that it is less expensive on the whole than it is for other types of immigration programs. And it is very much community and employer based. So if you have an employer who is ready to support you and who will work to help you get the documentation that you need, you're almost guaranteed of getting PR. You know, there's certain requirements. Of course, you have to have certain levels of English and certain experience, but the levels of English are lower than they are for other immigration programs.
Parry Sound находится 2 часа от Торонто и 2 часа от Садбери. К сожалению, это не была часть RNIP, но они надеются, что они с Northbury они будут часть программы ICIP. Мария уже рассказывала, что там в Parry Sound дешевле жить и, может быть, дешевле это иммиграционный процесс сделать. Готэм это тоже обсудил раньше. И она уже рассказала, что если работодатели будут помогать с документацией, будет немножко легче получить PR. Уровень английский может быть немножечко поменьше. Это все смотря на ваше образование и какой у вас есть experience.
So we're very interested in having people contact us. And the biggest issue here, and is the biggest issue everywhere, is housing. We don't bring anyone in unless we have a place to put them. We just can't. We have to we can't leave people walking on the streets. They need homes, so we try to find a home for them first before we ever bring them in. If you're living in Toronto or down in the Southwest area somewhere, we will come down and pick you up. We don't charge you. We'll just come get you, bring your family here, and we'll give you 1 month's free rent when you get here. It's our job to just welcome you and bring you in and give you a good place to stay and live. Whether it's going to be a permanent place for you, I don't know. We're just happy that you're here, and we're here to support you.
Мария сказала, что они очень заинтересованы в людях, они очень рады, если вы приедете. Одна проблема – это жилье, но они поможет вам жильем и оплачивать за первый месяц жилья. Они хотят вам помочь, так если вы заинтересованы, они вам помогут туда переехать. Они очень рады, что вы здесь и хотят помочь.
I don't know what else I can say. I've already jumped in before and said a lot, so I guess I'll just leave it at that. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Она уже много обсудила до этого. Если есть какие-то вопросы, пожалуйста, спрашивайте.
Вікторія, будь ласка.
Так, доброго вечора чи дня вже. Мене просто дуже зацікавила ця пропозиція з приводу того, щоб можна було поїхати і там пожити якийсь час, тому що, чесно кажучи, така ситуація з пошуком житла, і ми не маємо можливості. У мене така ситуація, те, що я народила 2 місяці тому дитину, і я дуже хочу працювати, але виходить так, що я не можу знайти роботу, але працювати дуже сильно хочу. І я з мамою, і моя мама готова дивитись за моєю дитиною. І я не бачу якоїсь великої проблеми, але ми готові переїхати у будь-яке місце, яке нас може прийняти до себе. За будь-яких умов.
Katerina, let me translate it.
You
Okay.
go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Maria.
Дякую, вибачаюсь, дякую вам велике.
Yeah. So Maria, Victoria is recently been blessed with a baby, and she's just 2 months ago. But she still wants to work, and she has her mom to take care of the little one, and she's been finding it very difficult, and she's very interested in your offer to help. And she is looking, she would like to take this offer and see if there are any, if you could help her move to Parry Sound with a job and help her settle there.
Once again, the biggest issue is housing. we are right at the moment, we have almost no housing available. We're in the process of trying to find funding in various other options so that we do have more housing. We may have availability in a house starting in September for 1 or 2 people. We may be able to get a couple of people in there. Right now, we don't. If Victoria wants to, I don't know how to do this very well. If she wants to send me an email or send it through Ekaterina, that would be great. And then we can talk and discuss and see what sort of work she does. And it's great that she has a mom to help her, because daycare is also another huge issue, as it is everywhere.
Let me translate her, Maria. So, Victoria, Maria каже, що у них саме зараз в житло дуже багато проблем, і вони шукають житло, і, можливо, в сентябрі місяць, можливо, буде які вакансії, але зараз у них немає. Каже, що і також вона казала, що у вас є мама, це помочь дитині, це дуже хорошо, дуже добре. І казала, що якщо ви можете через Екатерини зв'язатися з нею, і буде далі шукати способи допомогти вас.
Thank you very much. Yes, I will, and it's interesting for me. Thank you.
Okay.
Кать, переведи, пожалуйста. Ты тут? Алло, Кать. Вот у меня такой вопрос.
Ага.
Я вот сварщик, работаю в Торонто уже больше, чем год. У меня опыт работы. Как насчет жилья и сколько в среднем может рассчитывать на какую заработную плату сварщик в этом городе? Было бы очень интересно узнать.
Mhm. Kirill is asking, he's a welder. He lived yeah, he lived in Toronto for a year now, so he is curious about housing and housing affordability and what kind of assistance can be provided for him.
Kira, to hear you're a welder is the most exciting thing I've heard all day. We have one or two employees who have been looking for welders for 2 years and haven't been able to get them. One of those employers is in an even smaller town than Parry Sound, slightly north of here, and he actually provides housing for his employees. They work out on the islands in Georgian Bay. They build docks and other things, and they need welders. There's always a sign in front of their place, welders come in. So if that's the sort of job you could do, I would love talking to you and seeing what we could do to help you.
So it sounds like bingo. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'll send
yeah.
my mail for you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Rocky, do you have questions?
Question also, I guess, sharing some information from my side. So Maria, first of all, I love the energy. I think we need more people like you that are just like bundles of ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
One thing we found successful in some of the talks we're having in the Timmins area is that we reach out to the local indigenous reservations to see if they can provide some sort of interim housing. It's been a success. They're able to do a lot of the construction themselves to get sort of a temporary habitat set up. I'm not sure if there's a similar win for yourself in the Parry Sound area. Just thought I'd share. Perhaps there's a win there.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Right.
It's not something we've thought of.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of good support. We were speaking with the Matagami Nation. I'd love to have them reach out to a local one that you guys know and sort of, a warm connect that way. They can help the cause.
Okay, can I email you, Rocky?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Peng, P-E-N-G.
The professional engineer. Yeah.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Yeah,
That's
I've
right.
got some of it, but not all of it. Okay.
Another thing that you mentioned that we're
Sorry,
exploring.
Rocky,
please.
maybe Katerina can translate.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Rocky рассказывал, что специфически Parry Sound насчет жилья, многие резервации помогали строить жилье. Так он предложил Марии, может быть, найти резервацию, которая поможет жильем тоже, чтобы помогла людям, чтобы было жилье, когда люди хотят переехать туда. Go ahead, Rocky. Sorry.
No, that's cool. And the second thing that you already touched upon, you mentioned there was a gentleman who provides housing for his employees. So we're reaching out to some of the corporate giants in the Timmins area, mostly in the mining space, to say, listen, if we develop a workforce for you, could you take on the cost of housing? It's a win for them. It's a win for the local governments because they can go and show that they're supporting the efforts that Canada has. So I think if you just open that conversation, you'll get a lot of people coming in to support at that corporate level. Again, happy to help connect dots if you need.
Oh, thanks, Rocky. It's great.
My pleasure.
Рокки рассказывает, что некоторые работодатели им предлагают жилье для работников. Так он спросил, если Мария заинтересована спрашивать работодателей, если они хотят начать такую программу, чтобы давать жилье работникам.
Thank you, Rocky. Олена, у вас є питання?
Так, доброго дня.
Доброго дня.
Maria, I would like also to express my interest in possible moving to Parry Sound. My husband and I, we have good knowledge of English. I also speak other languages apart from Ukrainian and Russian. I also speak German, a bit Turkish, Spanish. My husband has experience in banking sphere, but also he is good in construction and he can do many different things. So we would like to keep in contact with you and discuss potential opportunities maybe for September or next month once issue with housing will be solved. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Actually, I had someone asking me for someone who spoke German the other day.
That's me. No, we
Yeah,
haven't.
So, okay. I'm going to ask you, Katerina, to help me out with all these email addresses.
Actually, Alena is the coordinator with the Waterloo Regional. Yeah, I'm just assisting for the day. I'm just
Well, then
volunteering for
maybe
the day.
Alona can help me
I
out.
will help, yeah.
Thank you, Alona.
Yeah.
Maria, quick question for you. Like, if the people are willing to pay for the rental, is there still opportunities there? Right? Because
I'm
some of
sorry.
them have had jobs. If they have funds to pay for the housing rental, right, instead of the
Mhm.
free housing, are there still opportunities to move now? And would there be, is there employment? Like, because some of them have been working here, but because of the permanent residence, they might be interested to move to Parry Sound or not. So they have money, they have funding to take care of the housing. So
If they have, even if they can pay for housing, and have had jobs and have some money set aside, then that's very helpful. I'll just give you some basic information. A 1-bedroom apartment in Parry Sound rents for about $1,500 a month. A 2-bedroom is going to be $1,700 or $1,800 a month. And that housing is available. It's there. You can get it. It's not that easy, but you can get it because we're since a small town. It's a small marketplace. But yeah, if they can afford to pay for that sort of housing, yes, it's very good. Typically, we like to get that's why we try and give people the first month's rent free, and usually in much less expensive housing. For example, we have a house that we rent rooms for $400 a month for people until they can get themselves on their feet and get into something which they really want. But if they have
Can I
the ability
translate?
to,
Maria, can I translate them? So,
oh, sure,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. У мене питання до Марії, що я питав її, якщо людина має гроші для житло, точки зрения імміграції, якщо є там роботодавець, якщо ви готові оплачувати ваше житло, можемо зараз там шукати житло, і є такі возможности, как она каже, що є. Однокімнатна квартира коштує $1,500, двокімнатна квартира коштує приблизно $1,700-800. Є можливості, тяжко, але є можливості, так що зараз у них питання безплатно, кажемо, безкоштовне проживання, але у вас є, якщо гроші, і ви, у вас є можливості там оплачувати з ваше житло, то є там які варіанти, щоб ви могли отримати скоріше там, В следующем року починається ця програма, якщо зараз ви поїхали туди, там є у вас роботодавець, то в следующий рік може бути вам проще. Ну, по цій програмі, ребята, обов'язково рік досвід роботи. Що без досвіду роботи ви не можете подати на постійне проживання в PR. Yeah, please, I just translated them, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.